Sound, the cornerstone of gaming. Ask any player and each one of them will probably have one or two sound effects they have imprinted in their memory. It's the creaking door, the ammo pickup, the mushroom. But for me, an all-time favorite is always gonna be this one. Don't know what it is? Let's give it another shot. Still nothing? Now, you might be thinking I'm a psychopath, and you're probably right. But the reason why I really like this sound is because it reminds me of what it means to fail to jump. The excitement I get from jumping into the void just isn't there when I know that I'm not risking anything if I don't avoid the ground before it's too late. All that to say that now that Spider-Man 2 has fall damage, it's actually got a chance at beating the other Spider-Man 2. You know, the good one.
What's worse than getting fired? Telling your girlfriend that you got fired.
That seems worse. Spider-Man 2 is actually the tie-in game of Spider-Man 3.
What?
You've got Sandman, you've got motherfucking girlfriend stealing James Franco, you got Peter Griffin getting all cocky because of the black suit.
I said I'd find him. I've got this under control.
And you can make fun of the recently deceased.
Good riddance.
Really, same energy here. Just like in Sam Raimi's masterpiece, this game's story packs some serious content, but unfortunately this comes at a hefty price. For the first 4 hours the plot moves at snail pace, which is made even worse by all the walking and scripted sequences you have to suffer through. In Super Mario Wonder, you can be an elephant. In Spider-Man 2, you can be a bee. I'll leave you to guess which one is more fun. All of this can be partially forgiven if this long setup pays off with an engaging narrative and satisfying ending. But does it pay off? Well, for the most part, yes. Peter Parker now more than ever struggles juggling between his hero responsibilities and his daily life. So, you know, the plot of Spider-Man 2. But now he has to deal with the most powerful villain he's ever faced. Mortgage. Rarely I saw a video game portraying a superhero character arc so well. We see Peter reuniting with his best friend Harry, getting a taste of normality he hasn't had for God knows how long, and for a moment he gets to be just Peter Parker.
Hey, Pete, this is the best night of my life.
Hey, Harry. Me too.
All that then is trashed away, first when Kraven lands on New York, and even worse when he gets the symbiote suit and his dark side arises. And really, it's Yuri Lowenthal's performance that nails it in the most emotional moments, slowly going from funny guy...
There's something I have to tell you. I'm fresh out of honey.
to angry guy. But still, the plot does suffer from pacing issues. We start strong with the Sandman fight, then the whole thing plummets for the following 5 hours, with some spikes here and there when Kraven does something cool. Then Peter gets his new suit. Ooh! That's a big spike! And then Venom enters and, well, I'm not gonna spoil it, but it gets insane! Oh shit, we forgot about the other Spider-Man! Miles does get the short end of the stick here. In the beginning of the game he has to deal with this desire of getting revenge against the man who killed his father, but until the very final act of the game he's nothing more than a device used to push forward Peter's arc. Like, there are a few occasions where Miles calls Peter and Peter just cuts the call short because he has to talk with Harry, and you already know that this is only there so that later on we can get the scene where Peter will go,
"Oh, I'm so sorry, other Spider-Man, I forgot that the tagline says be greater together."
So what, are we some kind of Spider-Man 2 then? Oh, give me a hug.
On one side story, Peter goes around stopping some doomsday cult, and Miles is just stuck with retrieving stolen saxophones. Not even a joke, this shit is beyond me.
¿Todo bien?
Fine.
Holy hell, why are you still talking about the story of this game? I just wanna know if it makes me feel like Spider-Man.
Well, it also makes you feel like Mary Jane if that makes you happy, and somehow it's even shittier now.
Look how stealthy I am. Whee!
It's just crazy to me that the biggest discussion surrounding the game since release has only been about how long it is, because people nowadays have been so conditioned by Ubisoft's crap to think that if a game doesn't last longer than their second marriage, then it's not worth their money. Which, I mean, still a better discussion than this cringe-ass crap. Meanwhile, earlier this year I had to read some insane comments stating that Tears of the Kingdom was barely more than an expansion for Breath of the Wild, even though the building mechanics alone were enough to create a whole game. My point being, if you were one of those people, then this game for you should qualify as a mod with improved graphics. This game is virtually undistinguishable from the previous two entries in the series. Sure, now you can do the fruity loops and fly around, which, I mean, it feels good. And in combat they added a parry system, which is infinitely less safe to use than just jumping away and spamming gadgets, so I don't know why you would do that. But the rest of the gameplay is pretty much the same exact stuff we already saw in the past, except this time the aforementioned slow pace of the first third of the game makes the combat get boring pretty fast. I can only press square square circle for so long before I need something more to make me want to push forward. Luckily, when the game does pick up, you get some new combat abilities, and enemies become much more aggressive and varied. But we're talking of the last 1 or 2 hours of the story here. One thing I did appreciate though is how Insomniac has consistently improved on its approach towards side missions. They all have some kind of character or cutscenes, which ultimately make me more interested in completing them. My favorite probably is the one where you have to still once again carry around the pigeons from the previous games, but, well, I guess you gotta play it to see how it goes. So overall it is refreshing to see that there are still people at Insomniac that care about creating good stories and characters with motivations, arcs and purpose, and not just whatever the hell this thing was.
Sorry.
Bruh.
But no dancing scene, no pizza minigame, you fucked it up.